I'm jolted awake by a thunderous banging sound coming from my door. My first thought is okay, I can't read. My first thought is it could be Shizune. After all, only a deaf person or a jackass would knock that loudly at this hour. Who is it? Of course, if it is Shizune, she wouldn't be able to hear that or answer, and there's no reply, so I'm kind of pleased. I haven't seen Shizune in a while. I open the door and I find Kenji standing out in the hall, his eyes nervously darting from side to side. Oh, it's you. Yeah, it's me. What kind of reaction is that? Well, be able to give you more of a personalized response if you had answered when I asked who it was. Kenji frowns and pushes up his glass exactly like Shizune. Why are you making that weird face? I wonder how he was able to see me making a face now. It wasn't able to the millions of other times I've reacted to something weird he had said or done. I kinda want to pursue this, but I'm too tired to actually do it. Shizune pushes her glasses up just like that, you know? The student council president. It's just a little weird. What the hell? What do you mean? There's this girl who do the same thing? You mean she touches her glasses? I do that. That's my thing. Who is this bitch? Why are bitches all up in my business? All up in my business, stealing what I do. This character flips from anger to fear in the blink of an eye. Is she trying to place me? Pod people? No, wait. That's an exact copy. Pod women? It's like my two greatest fears combined. It is! I can't believe he has a point. Wait, what? Yeah. Hey, you going into town today? Maybe later. Okay, awesome. I have some stuff I want you to pick up for me at this post office. Some delicate and secret stuff. He speaks in a whisper as if talking about his mail, and even a normal tone of voice will jeopardize it. You can have your mail sent directly here, you know. Oh, no, you can't. You can't have your mail sent to the school, and then the student council picks it up, and then they give it to you. That's not the same as the mail appearing in your hands. I don't trust the student council. Many dudes don't get their mail here, you know. They probably steal it all. They think it's just because it's sent to them. They have a license to steal. I can just see them now, elbow deep in mail, fast grabbing all the free swag that they can get a hold of. Sickening. Where can I find this mailman who can conjure mail out of thin air and into your hands? I don't know. I bet the student council killed him to preserve their monopoly on all the student shit. It doesn't work that way. Is that what you wanted, though? Fine, I can pick up your mail for you, but eventually I'm gonna collect on all these favors. You already owe me some money. Thanks for reminding me. I'll pay you back after I get my package. Yeah, my bad. I can't really repay you until then. I'm still broke. I'm basically doing it for money, like a job. Why do you need the package first? Is there money in the package? Nah. I am seriously dumbfounded. Why can't you get it? You see, I'm gonna remodel my room today into a war room. As the day goes by, I realize more and more how dangerous feminism is. It really is everywhere, even in places like Iran. You can't tell me how far up it goes. When the war begins, if we haven't transited the concept of nations to fight for our genders, it will be chaos. No one will know who will take what side. Ugh. And a war against feminism wouldn't just mean World War III, but the end of all life on Earth as we know it. If we lose, all of our supple Japanese women will be raped and enslaved by a bunch of sociopathic lesbian masses. Jesus. Meanwhile, the handful of men that didn't die in the war will be castrated and forced to repair toilets and build massive monuments commemorating the feminist victory. That's crazy. You're crazy. I think you're overthinking this. As the day goes by, I realize more and more that you're not ballin'. We've only talked like 4 times. Oh, sorry. Yeah, whatever, I'll get your package. Awesome. I close the door and jump right back into bed. The second my head hits the pillow, painful loud ringing is felt to my ear, and I realize it's my clock. The alarm goes off, meaning that right now isn't the time I'm supposed to wake up in the first place. On weekdays, at least. I pick it up and throw it without looking up. It gets wedged between the bed and the wall. The noise stopping, in fact. It seems to grow louder. By the time I'm able to pry it out from there, I know it's not going to be able to go back. I'm not be able to go back to sleep. The only thing I can think of doing now is going into town and just getting Kenji's stupid package, but it's too early for that. After showering, I take my medication. I'm actually very hungry today since I went without dinner yesterday, and before that, I just very late lunch. I eat the pills, chomping on them like a leg of lamb. They are unbelievably bitter and disgusting. Well, good medicine tastes bad, or something like that. I'm still hungry, and there's still a lot of time to kill, so I decide to go into town and find somewhere to have breakfast. Can't remember the last time I ate out. Besides, the weather's nice, so why not? The walk into town is longer than I remember, possibly because it's been a while, and probably because I rarely come here alone. There are barely any cars on the road because it's so early in the morning, making it unusually quiet. The first thing I do is start looking for a place to eat. Immediately, I think of the Shanghai, but I want something more substantial than sandwiches or a cake. Since it's so early, though, I decide to get Kenji's package first. Picking it up at the post office doesn't take very long, but the moment I see it, I'm enraged about what a pain it is in the ass it would be to carry this thing all the way back to the school. The box is huge. You need 2 hands to hold it. Insultingly, it's not even very heavy. I was thinking of wandering around for a little while, but with this thing, that's going to be a real problem. I guess Shanghai is my only option now. Everything else is closed, and the ones that aren't all have the same menu. The fact also makes me want to throw some business. You goes away. Before I can even open the door and enter, someone taps me on the shoulder from behind. I turn around and see Chidun there. Instinctively, I look for Misha, but she doesn't seem to be here. Good morning. Looks like the sign language classes are already starting to pay off. I'm tempted to sign it right back, but then she might think I know a lot more than I actually do. For now, I just give her a wave to open the door. She's probably here for morning tea and didn't come here just to greet me. It turns out I'm right, as Shidun follows me inside the tea house. It's a total ghost town in here. It's not exactly peak hours, but every other cafe I pass had at least a few customers. Actually, the Shanghai has been fairly empty every time I pass by. How does this place stay in business? Hello, thank you for choosing to patronize our establishment. Yuko bows with the force of a falling axe, and her head collides with the box in my hands, launching it towards the floor. Oh no, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. That's okay, you don't have to do that. Hello, thanks for choosing our shop thing since we know you. But it's part of my job. You're here early. What can I get you? I just want some coffee right now. I wonder what Shidun wants. Without Misha, there's no real way to tell her anyway, to even ask. I haven't learned about that yet. She's here, so I'm pretty sure that means she wants something too. I really don't know what Shidun wants. Does she have a usual? Wait, she might want something else though. Perhaps she could bring us a menu just in case? I look around for one, but can't find anything to look remotely like a menu. Menus? I'll look for one right now. Huh? There are menus. They're just rare. It's only a restaurant menu, not a collector's edition. Well, didn't... One of the times they went to Shanghai before, they said the menus are up in the front of the door or something, right? And they were just sitting on them, right? That's what happened, right? That's what happened last time, right? I'm not making that up, am I? Weird. Is that what Shizune is saying? No, she can't hear you. It's just weird for a cafe to make you have to go out of your way to look for a menu. Weird. Yes, you're right. It's so illogical. There's so many things like, why is it called the Shanghai? This is a Western-style tea house. But the name is Chinese, and the architecture is old-fashioned with my uniform so modern and sophisticated. She looks like she's about to pass out. If she does, she'll probably fall forward and make a mess of everything. I can't work here anymore. What a bad place for a circular train of logic to end up. Now, come on, that kind of stuff is what sets the place apart. There are a lot of cafes around here, you know. I think it's charming, really. Please don't quit. Business is good here, isn't it? Not really. See, I think this is a good job for you. It suits you. You shouldn't quit. I've never had to defuse this kind of crisis before. Eventually, I managed to calm her down and convince her that I'm sure Shizune just wants what she usually ordered here. Yuko walks away to get her drinks, and by then, Shizune is already back at the table. There are no other customers, and Yuko isn't the most talkative person, so it's very quiet. It doesn't really bother me, but I wish there was some way we could communicate. There's still a few moments when we're alone, Shizune and Misha are almost always together to the point where sometimes it's like they are one. Now it's just me and her, and I'm unable to understand her or have her understand me. It's terrible. You don't have your little notepad today? I know it's the weekend and all, but it's not like it's not like you to be unprepared. Well, that's fine. I don't really like using it anyway. Still, it would come in handy now. She then starts signing in short bursts, punctuated by stopping to take a sip of tea. It's strange how she doesn't make the slightest attempt to change how she normally acts. I'm talking to her for the most part because I'm not used to long silences. I really wonder if it's the same for her, in a way. However, it seems unlikely. I think it's more that she is the type who doesn't change how she acts for anyone. Hey, it seems like Misha joined the student council because of you. That makes two of us, you know. I'm only there because you forced me into it. Well, not really forced, I guess. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have joined. It sounds slightly romantic, and I find myself blushing a little. I feel like such an idiot. Although, I still don't know why you joined. It shouldn't have been the first thing I asked in retrospect. It should have been the first thing I asked in retrospect, but I'm really curious. I'll have to remember to ask Misha sometime. It's nice to talk to you, even if you can't understand me. I wonder if it's the same for you. That'd be really great. I don't think the sign language will ever be as natural for me as Misha makes it look, but it's gotta be a step up from using a pen and paper, right? We both finished our drinks for a while, and Shizune's eyes fall upon this box sitting in its own chair by my side. I'm just picking it up for someone, it's not mine. Shizune pulls it closer to her, intending to open it, and my heart almost leaps out of my throat. I quickly try to pull it back by wrapping my legs around in the leg of the chair. What the hell? Don't open it. You can't just open other people's mail. That's not legal. No. When she gets going, there's almost no stopping her. Eyes filled with excitement, she looks ready to fight me over the stupid package, and I realize just how fast this could take into a game of tug of war. I am almost out of my seat now and waving my arms like an air traffic controller before she finally settles down. She pouts, not pleased with having her curiosity checked, and gets up to leave. It's almost time to go, I guess. We've been here for a while. I protectively pick up the box before standing up myself. Suddenly she tenses her fingers excitedly and pulls out a marker from her pocket and starts writing on Kenji's box. Hey, what are you doing? I said it's not mine. Hey! I can't even see her with it blocking my vision. Fine, at least let me put it down first. I'll have to read whatever she's writing anyway. I'll help you carry it. It doesn't seem like she's finished though, and Shizune draws a fierce line afterwards to signify that there's a catch. But it's a game. The first one to stumble loses, and the loser has to carry the rest of the way by themselves. That's stupid. There's a 50% chance I'll end up carrying it myself anyway. Actually, I feel more stupid right now. I just forgot she can't hear me. I start talking and shake my head. I can't understand her at all, but she's coming across very forcefully. It's clear that she thinks it's a great idea. Well, if she drops the box or something, she'll have to carry it. That would make things a lot easier for me, obviously. The odds are 50-50 then. They're probably higher than they would be for any other plans of hers. Alright, I'll take it. Thinking about it, I'm not sure how we should do this. Then Shijun grabs hold of one end of the box and lifts it up. I take the side that she isn't holding. Is this even right? It's very uncomfortable to walk like this. We leave the cafe and I find myself hoping that the streets are still devoid of people. Yuko seems confused as to what we are doing, and I imagine it'll only get worse as more people see us. Shijun doesn't seem bothered at all while walking with her arms at this unnatural angle. She just grins competently and periodically makes some kind of weird gesture. There are people staring at us as time passes. The usual morning crowd begins to fill the streets. I feel silly, but I'm sure that if I give up, Shijun will take it as a sign of surrender. I can't allow that because I think I'm doing well so far. Initially, I just write Shijun's little hand signals off as preemptively gloating, but I catch on quick that she's actually signaling where she wants to go. It dawns on me that this isn't competitions. It's not much of a challenge, first of all, and second, it's really more of an exercise in teamwork. It's just that Shijun has made a punishment for failing instead of reward for doing well. Her fingers touch under the box, and Shijun moves her hand away, almost dropping her side of the box in the process. Well, that game's over for her. She doesn't look very happy. Does she think I did it on purpose to make her lose? If she does, she isn't making a big deal out of it. All's fair in love and war. Yeah. I feel like I should take it from her and carry it myself, but she pushes me away when I try. She glares at me to tell me off, but she can't with the box in her hands. She's basically gagged. A sad expression flickers across her face for a second, maybe only realizing that and having it to acknowledge that there are some limitations she has to deal with after all. However, she is still prideful as ever, even if it's to her detriment. She won't accept letting me allow her to skip out on the consequences of her bet. Anything is fair in the game, but the results have to be honored to the letter, huh? Shijun's an interesting type of person. Thanks to the march back to the dorms is uneventful. Shijun passes the trip by shifting the box around occasionally like a giant Rubik's Cube. It looks like another game she has invented to amuse herself. It can't be good for whatever's inside, but I don't care enough to stop her. Maybe this is how she deals with things, by making everything into a game. It's hard to say for sure, though. It seems futile to try to psychoanalyze Shijun. In the short time we've known each other, I've been surprised on a fair number of occasions. I've noticed Shijun shivering. The wind is picking up, and the school is pretty high up. It makes sense that she would be cold. If I give her my jacket, though, would she reject it? I take off my jacket and drape it across her shoulders before she has a chance to protest. Her shoulders are slim and delicate, so much of that I want to let my hands linger on them. Shijun flinches when my fingers brush against her, understandably surprised. Sorry. Her fingers down slightly over the surface of the box, and I think of taking it from her, but I doubt she'd let me. Shijun makes a quick gesture with her hands as best she can, pausing a bit afterwards as if wanting to say more. I'm sure that she means thank you. I'm glad that I was able to catch it. The sign language teacher says I'm pretty good. I try not to think about it too much, but the truth is I'm poring over it so much lately that it's hard to not to keep coming back to it at least a couple times a day. I guess I am picking it up faster than expected, but it's still not enough. I understand it just fine, and understanding it is simple. I'll have to put my mind to it to read it, but it's easy enough when I do. The sounding itself is doable, I just need a little more practice. However, trying to do both of them at the same time, even at half the speed Misha does it, it's impossible. Where I'm at now is good for my level, but in order to reach where I'll be able to really converse with Shun, I'll need more work. I'm doing my best to get to the point one step at a time by doing as much studying as I can squeeze in during lunch. I look from the introduction to the Japanese sign language to check if Shizune or Misha are around. Of course, since it's taking up my lunch hour, I have to avoid them for a few days now. What's more, I'll have to continue doing so if I want to keep Shizune from finding out. I'm back to the corner scanning the area every 10 minutes. I feel like some kind of criminal trying to evade capture. Every chance he gets, Misha asks me why I want to hide the fact I'm learning sign language from Shizune. Looking back on it, there really wasn't any reason, but now that I think I know, if I want Shizune to be able to treat me as a true equal, sign language is an important step towards the goal. If I want to be able to treat Shizune as an equal, then sign language is an important step towards the goal. Another step is to make sure that she doesn't know what. Why? Okay, whatever. To make sure she doesn't know, so that when we're able to finally speak on equal terms, I'll be fully ready, able to do it right, not like some I don't know. Anything less, I think, would be insulting. She would see she would see it the same way. So to me, this is the only option, especially now that I've decided to be so resolute with it. Shizune has a huge aura. It's very easy to see her coming, or even to sense her coming, mostly because Shizune's hairs light up any crowd she's in like a beacon, indicating her laughing for a mile away. Although, even if Misha weren't with her, it'd be the same. Her directness and her efficiency are core parts of her. So it's no surprise that they come across in the way she walks as well. Due to all the factors, I'm able to put away all my things and put on my best casual face along, because wait. Okay, let's just read that over again. Due to all these factors, I'm able to put away all my things and put on my best casual face long before they see me and head my way. Hi. Student council. Student council was the first thing I asked to learn. It seemed like it would come. It seemed like it would come in handy. Yeah, I've been dodging it for a while now, huh? Yep. Shizune sits down in front of me to my right and Misha to my left. It was a mistake putting myself in the corner now. I'm well cornered. In the end, I'm dragged off to the student council room, but I don't mind. I was starting to miss them a bit anyway. In some ways, this makes it easier. Satisfied with having caught me, Shizune doesn't ask me where I've been all this time. Once I stand before the door, I wonder what could be so important that they were so eager to pull me back in. Games? There are more games out than books. This at least explains why every time I come here, there are stacks of books piled on every table and occasionally parts of the floor. They needed the room to put all these games somewhere. Ha 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 ha. It's boring because it's boring playing against each other so much, Chan. So it's your turn, okay? Okay, it's settled then. I didn't even say anything. Chan, this is the one last time we'll be able to take it easy like this for a while, so it's especially important to that we make it the most of it, don't you think? Tanabata will be coming up soon, and we'll have to put in a lot of work for today, for that too. So for now, play with us. Come to think of it, it's true. I hadn't even noticed because I was so wrapped up in wanting to learn sign language. Right on the heels of one festival, a bigger one appears. I wonder if Shizune will try and rope a couple new members in to help with that one as well. You're right. Haha, yay, Hichan agrees, let's celebrate. I know, we should play a game. Let's play a game to celebrate, Hichan. I don't know, that kind of thing usually ends up badly for me. Hichan is worried about the stakes. Misha makes a very disappointed face. It's hard to tell if she's mocking me since her expressions are so exaggerated by default. She's an all-out kind of girl. I turn my head to Shizune now. This person, she's definitely mocking me. Stop that, but yes, I'll play with you if you tell me what's at stake first. How very Japanese, putting the consequence above everything else. Chan, have you ever heard of the expression missing the forest for the trees? No. That's a lie, but I have my pride, which is currently feeling wounded. Okay, I'll play, but I want to pick the game. Misha nods. Additionally, I picked the punishment if you lose. She even makes an X with her arms. That either means denied or that she's about to use her special attack. Special attack, yeah. Uh, now who's afraid of consequences? How vengeful. Still thinking so spiteful out of my playful little joke. If bit you, you'd probably bite back. Soon sounds a word that I don't quite catch. Chan is so vengeful, even though it was just a playful little joke. If an armadillo bit you, you'd probably bite back. Armadillo? It's foolish to bite an armadillo back, Chan. Armadillo? What the? Alright, but Chan would do it anyway, you see. Ha ha ha. I see. Shun addressed her glasses with a small flourish of her hands. Chan, we didn't have anything planned at all if you were to win or lose. You just assumed there'd be something like that. I wonder why. Me too, but oh well, there isn't. Does that change your mind, Chan? Well, yes. Misha windmills her arms at high speed to show her joy. Weird habit. This is kind of thing you could only see in the student council room, occupied by the 3 people. Anywhere else, she would end up stalking someone in the face. Yay, let's start right now. Not just yet. Okay. However, we have to be able to play. That's my condition. What? I don't like games where one person is clearly the ace player right off the bat, or games that there are only 2 people who can play, so one of us has to sit back. It has to be something the 3 of us can play equally. Checkers? The instant she says it, Misha takes out a bag of checkers and places them on the table. Only 2 people can play that. I told you. Okay. Hey, Chad, how about Monopoly? A Monopoly block slowly edges towards me, and I take it out of Misha's hand and put it under my chair. I don't like games that revolve around luck of the draw. They're too much about chances and not about skill. Also, stop jumping the gun with these games. Look, it's a kind of skill, you know. No, it's not. It can be if you're consistently lucky, right? Once at that point, it's something else entirely. Baccarat, marbles, life, snake and ladders, roulette, blackjack, paper football, trivial pursuit. Misha begins to excitedly name a bunch of games as if she were reading from a list. With each suggestion, a new box of board and pieces appear around her. A bizarre catalog of games ranging from children's fare to serious polished-looking gambling tournaments look very out of place in this humble room. Also, where is she bringing those out of? 3-way chess? Is that even possible? Let's try. Yes, let's try it, definitely. They pull a chessboard from behind them with a flourish like 2 junior magicians. While magic does require some deft sleight. I sort of just mixed those 2 together. Deft sleight of hand, and they've got that in spades. I'm not surprised. Nevertheless, it's still somehow unsettling. Stop doing that. Excuse me. A very timid voice managed to make me look up. Hanako. I lost my ID card, and someone told me I could find out where to get a new one here. If I'm interrupting something, I can come back later. Hanako's eyes drift across the room, taking in the landscape of piled-up record books, half-heartedly scattered chairs, and overturned board games. I guess this isn't exactly the image of an organized, tightly run student council like ours that should be given off. Hello. It's the only thing I can think of to break the ice. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to startle her. It just seems to startle her further. My ID card. You're in our class, aren't you? Right? So don't be so timid, okay? Come on. Yep. Even though we're your seniors, it's not like we'll bite. Well, we're not her seniors. We're in the same class. Still, I am grateful to them for stepping in. What is it you said you wanted? An ID card, right? Right? Yes. Her eyes slide away from Misha, being shy. It's no wonder why she's not the best at keeping her eye contact. I follow her where she's looking, and I notice her gaze stop on the chessboard on the table. Hanako's eyes widen just for a moment. She notices, oh yeah, she likes playing chess with Lily. Yeah, I remember that. Do you like chess? Eh? You like chess, don't you? Yeah, you do, definitely. Do you want to play? Hesitation. She might make a break for it. I refuse to get involved in this. It won't end well. To my amazement, Hanako seems to be considering the idea very seriously. She touches the tips of her fingers together pensively, mulling the thought over. The level of consideration is more or less a confirmation. We're having our lunch break, so you have to wait anyway. Why not play with us in the meantime? Come on, it'll be fun. Really fun. You like chess, don't you? I can tell. Really, it's obvious, so please, will you? Okay. Yay! Yay! Success! Okay. Let's great. Yeah, it's great. Wow! The chessboard is set up. The opening move is important. However, Shizune doesn't seem to care. Hanako ponders her moves carefully, sliding pieces forward just a little bit, then pulling them back as uncertainty, second-guessing herself over and over again. She's really into this game. You can't call her a casual player. Definitely an enthusiast. Can't take her lightly, no matter what she does. Hanako makes the appropriate response. Yet there's something wrong about the pacing of the game. She moves too quickly. No, not even too quickly, but a logical speed. Looks like she isn't even thinking about what she'll do next. Either Shizune is in the realm of supercomputers, or she isn't taking the game very seriously. Or maybe Hanako isn't very good. Shizune forces an exchange of pawns. Hanako's turn takes increasingly amount of time as the game goes on, and isn't even going on that long. It hasn't even been going on that long. Suddenly, it's all become clear. Shizune has a lot more time to think about her next move because Hanako takes her forever to move a piece. Despite that, it's an interesting game. Black Knight to f6, Bishop to d3. Since they're both playing seriously, no one is toying with the other. There's no clear dominant player, at least for now. Maybe this is helped by the fact that they aren't very close to each other from what I can see. Shizune is a mysterious opponent to Hanako, and Hanako is an enigma to Shizune. Hanako's furrowed brow shows that she's into the game. She really wants to win, and Shizune always wants to win. The lack of familiarity is a little depressing, but it is giving life to the game and allowing them to see each other as a good competition. Maybe they might even end up being friends over it, or at least, for the very least, rivals in chess. An optimistic thought. Although remembering playing Risk against Shizune, she doesn't just want to crush people for the fun of it. The game continues. Shizune plays 12 moves in 4 minutes with what a scary opponent. But Hanako holds her own, even though her king is being chased around the board a bit. Pawn at h6, white knight to e6, end is near. The game ends. That was a really good game. Thanks. It was really close. I thought I would lose. You're very skilled. Magnanimous is victory, extending her hand to the defeated. Maybe it's because Hanako is taking her defeat so well. This is a fun game, but it took so long, almost the whole period. Chess is so formulaic, especially at this level. How about some advanced rules? What? Advanced? Yeah, like speed chess, or chess with additional pieces, or maybe we can pair up and tag team chess with 1 or 2 boards, your choice. Come on. It'll be fun, really. Regular chess is so slow, too methodical. It's boring. I want to play chess that's really quick thinking and daring. Any one of these comparing chess to is like comparing checkers to Go. Or checker to go, or tic-tac to show you. Right, right? Haha, even laser chess might be more exciting. Pick something, pick. Haha. Like a deer in the headlights, many emotions spring up in me. Watching Hanako mind reel in front of the chessboard as if she's about to faint. The dominant one is amusement. But I move a little closer in case she might really topple over. You can see the swirls from her eyes. The board is set up again, but this time it's not even close. Hanako can't even make a move out of fear of her hand colliding with Shizune's. She's all over the board in onslaught. Anywhere Hanako wants to put a piece, Shizune is already there. In the fastest game I've seen in my life. Let's change the rules and play again, but best out of 6, like Kasparov and Deep Blue. Hanako excuses herself and flees from the room. Huh? Wait. Didn't she want to know where she could get her ID? Excuse me, hello? Come back, please, wait. Strangely, the farther Misha goes, the louder the sound of her voice seems to grow. I couldn't catch her. She pats her on the shoulder reassuringly. There. You're pretty cheerful for someone who needs a pat on the shoulder. Ha 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 ha. Hey Chan, do you hate games where luck is involved? A question out of nowhere, but feels like an important one. If it wasn't, why would Shizune be looking at me and watching my reaction? Even as I glance in her direction, she tries to pretend she isn't doing so, putting on a casual air by spinning a chess piece on her finger. I don't like playing games that revolve around luck of the draw, right? That was you, Chan. Yeah, revolving around luck isn't the same as just luck involved, though. I don't hate games just for having an element of luck. Most games have an element of luck to them anyway. It's what keeps them interesting. I think I'll end this part here. I didn't realize how long I've been going for. So I hope you'll see you next time. Bye.